great day. 10:05. Proverbs 5 on this awesome 5th day of October 2023. You already know. Yo, today's been a great day. Productive, active, consistent. 5th day I pick up these little ones. No, 4th day I'm lying. 4th day. I didn't pick them up Monday. I don't think I picked them up Monday. Building with the little ones, building with the youth. What better, man, than to do one's villager's duties and one's duties to self. My sister, my little niece asked me how many hours a day I train my body. I can't even recall why she asked me that. I might have been talking something about fitness. I was like, I do minimum 2 hours, maximum 4 to 5 hours. Oh yeah, she heard me. She heard me complaining, which I don't often do, but when I do, it's because I'm actually hurting. But yeah, it's a great day. You know, picked up the little ones, brought them here, had me a nice triple butter down smoothie with what we had. We had cashew butter, sunflower seed butter, coconut manna, raw coconut meat, baby bananas, regular bananas, and papaya. Oh, and mad hemp seeds. Just weighed myself. I'm 149 pounds. So I'm up like 9 pounds in the past week and a half. I don't know how I've done that, but we put it on some weight, I'm guessing. But yo, check it. Proverbs 5. The peril of adultery. Adultery. Yo, that shit right there will get a lot of men messed up, messing up their reputation in life. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Lend your ear to my understanding, that you may preserve discretion and your lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of an immoral woman drip honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lay hold of hell. Lest you ponder her paths of life, her ways are unstable. You do not know them. Therefore hear me now, my children, and do not depart from the words of my mouth. Remove your way far from her, and do not go near the door of her house. Lest you give your honor to others, and your years to the cruel one. Lest aliens be filled with your wealth, and your labor go to the house of a neighbor. And you mourn at last, when your flesh and your body are consumed, and say, how I have hated instruction, and my heart despised correction. I have not obeyed the voice of my teacher, nor inclined my ear to those who instructed me. I was on the verge of total ruins, in the midst of the assembly and congregation. Check it, family. Drink water from your own cistern and running water from your own well. Shall your fountains be dispersed abroad, streams of water in the streets? Let them be only your own and not for strangers with you. Let your fountains be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth. Rejoice with the wife of your youth. Let your lips keep knowledge, that they may keep you from the immoral woman, whose words drip honey and are sharp as a two-edged sword. Why? Because they will cause you to give your honor to others and your years to the cruel ones. Alright, so drink water from your own cistern. Let your fountains be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth. That's where we was at, alright? As a loving deer and a graceful doe, let her breast satisfy you at all times, and always be in rapture with her love. For why should you, my son, be enraptured by an immoral woman, and be embraced in the arms of the seductress? For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders his paths. His own iniquities entrap the wicked man, and he is caught in the cords of his sins. He shall die for lack of instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. We see it today. 50% or more of marriages in America end in divorce. 70 to 80% of those marriages are initiated by women. And about 90% of the reason for which those marriages end is because the woman simply no longer feels like it. All right? They have been raised by ill-equipped fathers or no fathers at all. So they have never learned the value and power of commitment. They don't know what it is to abide by the words that come out of their mouth. They lack loyalty for those who they swear an oath to, for, and with, because they have no loyalty to themselves. They betray their partners long before they betray themselves, long before they betray their partners. And the red flags are apparent. The red flags are often apparent way before the marriage. 5, 10, 15 years earlier, when you made the foolish decision to marry her because of how she looked or how she made you feel. But you ignored the red flags that were apparent weeks into getting to know this individual, male or female. But most often, like I said, 80%, 70 to 80% of marriages in this country are initiated by women, and 90% of the time it has nothing to do with the man doing anything wrong. It's just she simply doesn't feel like it. You're not allowed to leave the relationship. You're not allowed to leave your family. If you leave your family, you're a garbage, useless, good for nothing, scumbag that deserves the worst that's coming. The worst that you get cursed with, you deserve it. But if a woman leaves a relationship, hey, you go, girl. Your mental health is more important than those kids, than your husband, than the commitment that you made, than the oath that you sworn to uphold and obey. But that's the kind of society that we live in. We live in a society where shameful acts are celebrated and encouraged, and being, righteous, virtuous, doing the right thing, especially when nobody's watching, is discouraged because it's not as fun and exciting as doing whatever you will. Doing your Father's will, doing the will of that which is the source of your life, that's not as exciting as doing your own will, doing whatever you want to do in this life. Yet those individuals that are always shouting at the top of the hills how YOLO, you only live once, and you and I can do whatever I want because this is my body, this is my life, etc., 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 are always the most miserable, the loneliest, the saddest, the most regret-filled, dread-filled, despair-filled, hopelessness embodying, always complaining, always criticizing, always envying individuals. Yet those individuals that, do their best. They might not always succeed, but do their best to do the right thing, especially when nobody's watching, to feel the right feelings, to think the right thoughts, to speak the right words, and take the right actions. Those individuals are more often than not, even in the face of trial, in the face of errors, in the face of failures. You get what I'm saying? They always up. They always show up with a positive attitude because their mindset is focused on gratitude. And so it is reflected in their personality, and their personal reality is a reflection of their gratefulness, of how grateful they actually feel inside. How wholesome, how much wholeness they embody, how present they are, how aware they are, how much clarity they display in every moment that allows them to take advantage of every opportunity, whether it is in developing greater faith, in developing their fitness further, in developing their relationship and remedying whatever needs to be remedied in their relationship with family, with friends, with finance, with the visions of the future of what they want in their life. You get what I'm saying? Whether they want to be flying the plane for a company or flying the plane for their company. Whether they want to be trend followers or the trend setters. You get what I'm saying? You can live one life, and you know that could be it. You die and you're going to need a tomb because nothing you did was memorable, neither in your life or impactful in the life of others, enough to, you know, you to hold a space in their mind, in their mental space to remember. Or you can live a life in which you won't need no tombstones because your impact is going to be so meaningful that you will hold some sort of mental space in the mind of all whom you are fortunate and blessed with being an impact and value towards. But hey, life is good, life is great. We thank Mother Nature, Mother Earth, for the opportunity to come here and to learn. You get what I'm saying? Through the various trials and tribulations that this awesome school of life has to offer us souls. And we thank Father Time, Father Life. You get what I'm saying? The light at the end of the tunnel. That spark of imagination in the darkness that is the vastness of space, for the opportunity to be able to see, to experience, to feel, to taste, to touch, to smell, to hear, to think, to perceive, to imagine. All that can be possible when we do our best and we show up for ourselves, for our family, for our friends, for our worldly community, for this earth, for love, what everybody wants. That great, mysterious, and wonderful word that gives rise to so many feelings, so many ideas, so many desires and aspirations for love, for compassion, for truth. Other than that, it's been your guy, Superconscious Sosa. Superconscious thought, superconscious living. This will be uploaded to the YouTube. Hopefully you get some sort of value from these daily proverbial readings. Yo, today, Proverbs 5. Lend your ear to understanding, that it may cause you to preserve discretion, and that it may keep you from the immoral woman. All right? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And if you have a wife, if you have found a woman in your youth, appreciate and value her. Especially if you end up doing something great and she is still there by your side. Appreciate and value her. Because as we sow, so shall we reap.